Hey folks, welcome to PlayBranson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. And today we actually have a special show where we're going to be talking to an attraction. And I'm going to be talking to Brittney Smith with the Butterfly Palace and Rainforest Adventure. And so we had Bruce on, it's been quite some time ago. Brittney's never been on the show before, so I'm anxious to talk to her about what's going on out there. Branson has lots of attractions, museums, different things, but this one is pretty darn unique. And I just wanted to share a few facts about butterflies with you. Scientists actually estimate there's between 15 and 20,000 different species of butterflies. Butterfly wings are transparent. And here's something that just kind of floors me, that butterflies taste with their feet. That's pretty interesting. The Queen Alexandria's bird wing is the largest butterfly in the world with a wingspan of 30 centimeters, and that's 10 times the size of the common butterfly. So I tell you what, I think you're going to be surprised to learn how our Butterfly Palace in Branson is having an impact really literally around the world. And so stay tuned. You'll want to hear more about this with Brittney Smith here in just a minute. Hey folks, welcome back to PlayBranson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. And today we're doing something a little bit different because we are talking about attractions. And I have Brittney Smith. It's her first time on the show, so welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And Brittney is the general manager over at the Butterfly Palace and Rainforest Adventure. Did I get all that right?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes I miss things. And so it's a wonderful place. She's going to tell you all about it. But before she does, just Brittney, kind of give us a little history of your background and how you kind of got where you are today.
Okay. So the palace opened in 2006 at our newest location. We did have a previous location. And I started in 2007. I was going to school full-time and working full-time. At the time, I wanted to be a teacher, so that's what I was majoring in. So the palace was a good fit. It's very family-oriented, centered around children, and so I was excited to start there, and I knew nothing about butterflies or the rainforest or anything like that. So started as a cashier and just really fell in love with the place, fell in love with the environment and the passion. Branson is my home. I've grown up here, so that wasn't new to me. But yeah, I just kind of was working and going to school and traveling from Springfield every day to drive down here. And then I kind of came to a crossroads with my schooling of not really sure that teaching's exactly what I want to do. Thought maybe business, administration, something like that. And at the time I got promoted to assistant manager at Palace. So I was really liking that avenue, wanting to learn more on that side of things. And then the general manager at the time decided to move on to a different job, and I had the opportunity to take that position, which was very exciting. And it was kind of just, I felt like it was where God was leading me. So I stayed out of school and continued to take the position and learn and grow and learn more about the business. And butterflies, of course, comes naturally. You learn a lot just on the job. So.
And so you've been at the general manager for what, 7
years?
7 years. So I love just the fact that she started out as the cashier and then worked up to the assistant manager and the general manager, and now you've been there a total of 13 years total?
Yep, 13 years.
So here's the deal, if she doesn't know about it, no one else probably does either, right?
No.
So that's really, I think that's a neat story.
Thank you.
And so we had Bruce on a year ago, probably a year ago, and let me tell you, Bruce is the owner. And that's probably in the archives, and you can go, Bruce is crazy. Bruce, we love you, but you're crazy. And feel free to go check out that episode there. But I don't think like a lot of people realize the extent of what you have in your building.
Yeah.
And so let's just kind of tell people what's going on at the Butterfly Palace.
Okay. So it's called a Butterfly Palace and Rainforest Adventure, and that's really what it is. It's one big adventure. A lot of people assume there's going to be butterflies, but oddly enough, they aren't even sure if they're live butterflies or if they're watching butterflies behind a screen or just in a net, things like that. So we really tried to make one big adventure as if you're immersing yourself in the rainforest. All of our butterflies are exotic species imported from the rainforest. Then you have the reptiles and amphibians, all exotic species. We tried to be very unique in our selections, things that you wouldn't see at other zoos and pet stores, of course. Right. Then we have the mirror maze, decked out to look like a never-ending rainforest. If you've ever been to the rainforest, you know that it is very lush, and some of the areas are very dark and secluded and not a lot of light at that bottom layer. So that's kind of our bottom layer of the rainforest there. And then we have the Banyan Tree maze and the 3D movie that talks about butterflies, of course. So lots to see and do, and all included in one ticket price. So just one big adventure.
Yeah, and so like the butterflies themselves, like you go into this, I call it a special room, where the butterflies are flying around.
Yes.
And you guys have invented this little flower deal. Talk to people about that and what happens there.
Yeah, so most butterfly exhibits, we are compared to butterfly exhibits all over the U.S. They're all over, but we're pretty unique. We stand alone in being an attraction in a tourist industry. Most of these butterfly exhibits are focused on research. They're part of universities, much smaller, and they don't have the other things involved. And so, Bruce, being Silver Dollar City, Branson, that is what he is. And he was like, I've got to figure out how to get those butterflies closer to the people, because that's what they want. When they come to the palace, they want butterflies landing on them. They want to get those selfies, to show everyone. And so we had dabbled with some different ideas, tied big ribbons to our wrists and spritz, different flavors all over us, just anything to get those butterflies. So I thought, well, what if you could feed them? They eat orange Gatorade nectar is what we feed them in our feeder. So I found these awesome little nectar tubes with a fake flower. The proboscis can go right in the middle, and it brings the butterfly straight to the person. They get to hand feed a butterfly, which you would never be able to accomplish, out in your backyard. They would fly away. And they get those selfies and they get those moments, and it's changed everything. So
okay, this is a good place to stop because we've got more, so stay tuned. We're going to continue talking with Brittney here in just a minute, so we'll be right back.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Welcome back, folks, to PlayBranson. I am here with Brittney Smith, the general manager of the Butterfly Palace and Rainforest Adventure. And we were just talking about this little nectar thing where the butterflies will literally fly up to almost right above your hand, and they'll feed on that. And so now people can get selfies. They can literally see these butterflies up close. And these butterflies, like they're not there all year. Like talk about kind of the process with your butterflies.
So we import the butterflies in their chrysalis stage. So the egg, the rearing of the butterflies starts in the rainforest with the people who are experts on that. And then once the chrysalis is ready to emerge within a couple of days, those get packaged in boxes of 700 to 900 pupa in one box, shipped on a plane overnight to us, checked by the USDA, of course, because they are exotic species. They're looking for, parasites, any weird things like that. And then they're shipped to us, unpacked, and emerged into our room. Now, most people don't know a butterfly only lives about 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. So some species as low as a couple of days. So we get 2 to 3 shipments a week of 700 to 900 per box of butterflies to keep that room full of butterflies.
And I've been there when you've done these butterfly launches. Is that something that happens on a daily basis, or?
Yes, so we have butterflies emerging all day long. Of course, our shipments come on Thursdays and Fridays, so Sundays and Mondays would be your heaviest days. We release 100, 150 butterflies. And then as the week goes on, it gets closer to a new shipment. But either way, we still have probably 50 butterflies or more a day that we're releasing into the butterfly room. So.
Yeah. And that's pretty cool. The other thing that you have in this room is you have a dulcimer player.
Yes.
And so, folks, when we talk about Branson being live entertainment, you can actually get live entertainment in the Butterfly Palace. So anything you want to comment on the dulcimer player?
Yeah, we market that we're fun for all ages. So we want to make sure there is really little treats and treasures throughout the building for all ages. And so the live music, of course, it's Branson, and we're not a theater, a show, but we wanted to add that little touch. And both of our dulcimer players are world-renowned. One of them played at Silver Dollar City for 20 plus years. A lot of people come specifically just to see them. And it just adds that peaceful vibe in the butterfly room. People sit on a bench and listen to them play for a long time. And so it just adds that extra touch to the butterfly room.
Yeah. I think it's like very relaxing. And you hear the dulcimer playing, or the dulcimer sound, you watch the butterflies, and it's just very, very peaceful. The other thing that you have there is you have all these animals that are in its own little section. Talk a little bit more about, I don't know what you call that area, but
yeah, so we call it our Living Rainforest Science Center. We've got some microscopes and interactive kiosks in there. Throughout the day, we'll get animals out to be pet and, anything that's fun to watch eat, like the chameleon. That's super cool. We're doing those interactions, and so it's not a big room, like as if it was a zoo, but we have about 25 different species in there. Poison dart frogs and exotic lizards and things that, like I said, are handpicked, species from the rainforest. So.
Yeah. And so I think, you got the mirror maze we mentioned earlier, and then that banyan tree maze, and of course then the 3D movie, which is about
the monarch.
Tell people a little bit about the difference you guys are making in the rainforest, because I know Bruce always likes to talk about that.
Yes. So one thing, we knew that it was impactful. The butterfly industry was literally created so that these people in the rainforest would have an income that did not destroy the rainforest. That's
right.
a big thing in our day and age is, palm oil plants and things that are destroying the rainforest. And so what could these people who love their home and care about the rainforest do to make an income that is not destroying it? And so, many of these people are the chief breadwinners in their communities. And so we traveled to Costa Rica to kind of check that story out and dive a little deeper, and it changed everything about what we do when we came back, and we really wanted to kind of make that a goal and also share that with our customers, the fact that they're making a difference just by buying a ticket to come to the palace.
So you're helping, by coming to your attraction, you're helping to maintain the rainforest and the livelihoods of people in the rainforest so they just don't clear cut it and cut it down.
Yeah.
Right. Now there's something else unique about your ticket is when you buy a ticket, it's not good for just an hour, not 2 hours, not 4 hours, not even 8 hours.
No.
Tell people how long it's good for.
It's good for 3 days. One price. We didn't change the price when we made this crazy idea, and so people can come the day of purchase and 2 days following that day with their wristband, as long as they keep it on, and come back. And we are a good time filler. A lot of people will pop in before they head to Silver Dollar City or something, or maybe they missed the movie, so they'll come back the next day. And so it's been really beneficial for us. So.
Yeah. And folks, she didn't mention this, but they also have a really good gift shop with a lot of different things in there. And I know that because I took a group there in September, and I could hardly get them back on the coach because they were all buying stuff in the gift shop. And that
Yes.
I was like, you got to go.
Yes.
I think you're going to be blown away, and you're going to be surprised how much there is to do there, how much there is to see and learn. And so there is the educational component of it, but there's also the entertaining component of it. And so I'm guessing you see this a lot with people like I didn't realize you had all this stuff here.
Oh yes, most people walk in, it's immediate wow, they look up and they're like, okay, where do we start and what is this? And most people are pleasantly surprised when they leave. So
yeah. Okay, folks. Brittney Smith here, General Manager. You might see her out on site if you go there to the Butterfly Palace. And let me tell you where the Butterfly Palace is it's literally almost on the corner of 76 and Shepherd of the Hills Expressway, just a little ways past. So if you're going to Silver Dollar City, right past Shepherd of the Hills Expressway on the right-hand side, it's got the big dome on the top. It's past the old Ray Stevens Theater or the RFD TV Theater on the right-hand side. And you can't miss it. It's right out there. And so be sure to go check it out. And thanks for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Good to have you here.
The Christmas season is a perfect time for family traditions. Branson's Lights of Joy, Branson's all-LED Christmas display drive-thru is a great way to create those lasting Christmas memories. Discover over 250 Christmas displays in an amazing drive-thru tunnel with state-of-the-art lighting. Branson's Lights of Joy is located just north of Sight and Sound Theater on Expressway Lane, open nightly through January 2nd. Santa loves these lights and will be there on select nights. Visit lightsofjoydrivethru.com for more info and to book online.
The Butterfly Palace in Branson is a one-of-a-kind experience you don't want to miss. Get up close with their handheld nectar tubes and butterfly releases. Explore live reptiles and amphibians from the rainforest with hands-on encounters. Interact with thousands of live exotic butterflies fluttering around you in the Butterfly Aviary. The Butterfly Palace is great for all ages, and your ticket's good for 3 whole days, so you can come again and again. So come explore today.
Hey folks, welcome back to PlayBranson. We're wrapping the show up today. Thanks, Brittney, for being on the show. You did a great job talking about your attraction, and I tell you what, they do a great job out there, folks. And like, it's very unique, the fact that you can literally be holding this little contraption and the butterflies land on it right in front of you. No one else is hardly doing that in the world. Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Be sure to come to Branson for Thanksgiving weekend. It's a popular time in town. And if you're like just saying, man, we haven't taken a vacation yet all year, like I'm telling you, it's time to get out of the house. And you need to come to Branson. Most everything is open. And come have fun and enjoy reconnecting with family and friends. Relax. Come have some fun. Christmas shows are going on. Don't miss Rhonda Vincent and all her friends over at the Andy Williams Performing Arts Center. If you didn't see our show with her on it, go back, it was a couple weeks ago. But they're in town doing Christmas shows. Lots of shows happening here. Christmas light drive-through displays. 6.5 million Christmas lights out at Silver Dollar City. It is a fun, fun time here in Branson, Missouri. If you need help planning your entire Branson vacation, you can go to ibranson.com. or you can call them at 1-877-ENTERTAIN. They've been helping folks for over 25 years plan their Branson vacations. And the other thing we would love to know is who you'd like to see on future episodes of Play Branson. You can go to facebook.com/Play Branson, send us a message, tell us who you'd like to see, and we'll do our best to get them on. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week on Play Branson.